Hello my lovely ladies, do come on in, make yourselves a cuppa. I'm having a decaf tea and today's video is going to be just a sit down cosy chatty video, and it's all about going back to work after 50. Would you?
This year I'm going to start a new chapter. Ignore the tears and only write down.
I'm 54 and I've spent years predominantly outside conventional employment, and for the past 3 years I've taken a career break. And for those past 3 years I have been building this YouTube channel, and it's given me a purpose, which many of you know about, and I love the creativity side of it because I really do feel I've got a creative streak in me, and I've been proud to have built that all by myself. It's not bringing in as much money as I was hoping. I earn a very, very little income from this each month. And so I've recently been thinking about outside employment again. Okay, so you might be thinking, why on earth are you thinking about going back to work? You're nearly 55, and yes, there is part of me that is very much like that. I think I don't want to work. I don't want to go back to work. I actually do value my time at home, but I've never really felt like I've been alone because Herbie finished sixth form last September, so he's pretty much been at home this past year constantly. And then Brian was ill for the most of the past year, so he was at home. So I definitely didn't feel like I had much time alone. And so part of me, I've been quite looking forward to the fact that when Herbie starts work in September, I'll have the house to myself because Brian's back to work full time now as well. So there is that element that I think I quite like, the idea that I can potter about the house and just have that freedom and that feeling that you're completely alone for like 6 hours a day, 6-7 hours a day, and that really does appeal. The other half of me is very much, I feel like I want to contribute towards the household. Things aren't getting cheaper, as everybody knows. Our bills are going up, the food's going up, and yes, we've got a comfortable life, but it does feel like things are could improve if I got a job, you know, albeit a local job. And so I was actually thinking there was a job that come up at the school that Herbie's going to be working at for a similar role that he's doing. So I'm actually considering applying for that. Now, I don't know whether my age is going to go against me, whether my health is going to go against me, or whether my qualifications, etc., whether my experience will help. The fact that Sophie had educational needs, so I've actually had first hand of that. I've been a childminder in the past, so I've worked with numerous different children, but predominantly under secondary age, whereas this position is for secondary schools. So it'll be interesting what the outcome of all of this will be. I've actually sent an email to the school before I actually officially apply, saying, you know, I'm interested in this role. Is it worth me applying? Just to see if they would consider me, whether it is worth me just sending my CV in, because it would be incredibly convenient. I could walk there. I could literally walk to the school. It would take about 10 minutes. It would be from 8:30 to 3:30, and I'd have all the school holidays off. And it would still allow me time to do these videos. So it's something I'm seriously considering, and it would just be interesting to know how many of you work or worked during your 50s, and if you were in my position, would you consider it? Because equally I think I could probably do with getting out, having that motivation of getting up every day, getting dressed, putting makeup on, having different chats, etc. But equally I'm very, very comfortable in my own company, pottering about. But I think it's more the financial aspect that I would actually appreciate, you know, because like I say, unfortunately YouTube do not pay well, unfortunately, the Google AdSense, and particularly since I've come back, I think it's actually got worse. Yeah, so I'd really love to hear from you lovely ladies. Did you go back to work in your 50s or 60s, and how was that transition? Did you find it difficult? Did you work full time, or did you go back part time? You know, did you enjoy having the structure again? Or perhaps if you recently retired and you think I'm absolutely mad for thinking about going back into the workforce. I'd really genuinely appreciate hearing your experiences and what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please do hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I would absolutely love you to come on board and join this community of lovely, like-minded women, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.